Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube community. My name is Scootaloo, and today I'm gonna present you guys with a 101 on Mercy. Now, this is not just gonna be a one cut line episode or anything. This is gonna be a full-blown series dedicated to Mercy, dedicated to the meta of Mercy, and dedicated to any just like team comms or things I want to say about Mercy, or just some Mercy tips that I just want to give it to you guys to just be better supports out there, because quite frankly I've been having a lot of games where this guy goes Mercy, but he's not even healing any targets, or he is healing the Symmetra who doesn't need healing. So I just want to get this across, and then we're gonna start this series off with just a basic understanding of Mercy and what Mercy is there for, and just here's some of her abilities. So if you're looking for the more juicier stuff, then I'll be coming up with that stuff later on for future episodes in this series. But for now, we're just gonna get into the basics. So Mercy, her real name is Anja Ziegler. She is age 27, and she is Swiss. She's a field combat medic and is affiliated with Overwatch. Now, anything besides the lore part, Mercy is a support who has 200 health. All are health points and none a shield or armor. Now, Mercy's passive is actually health regen. Now, Mercy has the ability to regen 20 health per second without taking damage for 3 seconds. So this is the same properties used as shields, but shields heal for 25 points per second, while Mercy heals for 20, but yet again she's healing health. And she is actually unique by just having, well, the ability to self-regen health. Like Roadhog has his mask of like vaping, and 76 has his biotic field, but they don't actually regen health though. Some may say Lucio may do it, but yet again it's an ability, so I don't consider that self-sustaining healing. Or I probably used the wrong word there, but whatever. Now moving on to Mercy's primary weapon, the Caduceus Staff. Now I am in between the PTR Mercy to launch Mercy, so I'm gonna give you guys the PTR Mercy, because I'm pretty sure that the PTR Mercy on how it stands right now is gonna go over to the regular Overwatch servers. If not, then I will update this video, or I'll make a new video. If you have annotations on, it will be somewhere here, it will be in the description down below, or it'll be a card. It will probably be all three if it did change. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that, but I'm just gonna use PTR right now. So the Caduceus Staff is something like the TF2 medic beam. It has a range of 15 meters, it heals for 60 health per second, and it also gives a generous damage boost of 30%. One thing to also know with the Caduceus Staff, if a target goes out of range, let's say they fly away, or a Fada jumps, jet jumps, or a Tracer blinks away out of 15 meters, you still have 2 seconds to actually heal them. Now what I'm trying to say is that if a friendly Reaper is with you and it goes behind a wall, even though he's behind that wall, you can still heal him for 2 more seconds. Now this is a great strategy to just peek your target who you're healing, and then just peek around a corner without taking too much fire from the enemy team. Now Mercy's secondary weapon is the Caduceus Blaster. Now the Caduceus Blaster is a linear projectile, so that means it does not have any projectile fall off, so it doesn't have an arc like Torbjorn's Resurrect gun. Mercy Pistol also does not have any damage drop off, as in like McCree's hit scans weapons and other stuff like it. Now Mercy's Caduceus Blaster does 20 damage per shot, firing at a rate of 5 rounds per second, and has a clip size of 20. Her reload time on her Caduceus Blaster is 1 second and has the ability to headshot enemies. Now this is very helpful when you're just being completely rushed or you're taken off guard, and you can just put out some damage downrange just to scare them off or do whatever. Now Mercy's first ability is Guardian Angel. Now Guardian Angel has the maximum range of 30 meters, and it basically flies you to your target, whoever you picked or whoever you chose to fly to, and it works the same way somewhat as Farah's thing, but it's more directional to where they are. Now the cooldown on this is 2 seconds, but yet again, I'd like to keep in mind, or I'd like to tell you guys that the cooldown is not actually 2 seconds, because whenever you're flying towards your target, it is still active, it's still going. So what I like to do is shift, and right before I get to my target, I like to press shift again, so it stops the Guardian Angel and it starts the cooldown. Now, the two reasons why I do this is, one, because I don't want to get shot up, because if I am healing a tank, I'm probably going to get shot. I do not want to take any health damage. And two, it's always nice to just have that Guardian Angel whenever you need to, because you can have like a Hanzo ult or you can have a Genji ult, and you want to be able to maneuver the battlefield as fast as you can. So right before you hit your target, maybe about like 5 meters or 7 meters away, you want to drop that Guardian Angel, just so you can have some space between you and your target. Now Mercy's second ability is Angelic Descent. Now Angelic Descent is basically you get to float. There's not really much to it, but this also can play a role in Mercy's kit. There are times when you should use it and times where you should not use it, but yet again, I'll probably be going over this in a different video. Now Mercy's ultimate is Resurrect, and just from the ultimate ability's name, Resurrect, it resurrects people from, well, basically the dead. Now you cannot resurrect people who are off and respawn, but people who are within the countdown timer of respawning, you're able to revive them. This might sound stupid, but it comes a lot and it's very crucial sometimes to Mercy players to when they actually revive. Now Mercy's Resurrect fully restores health to all fallen allies, and it has the maximum range of 15 meters in a radius, and the duration cast time is 1 second, but you can still move. Thanks to about a patch about a month or two ago, she can move there now. Oh, but the charge required is 1300 points. Now, just getting your ult and stuff like that, I like to break it down. I really want to break it down in this video, because a lot of people say Mercy is not as viable because her ult got increased, or her ult got increased points on it, so she's not as viable. I am telling you guys, she is still very viable. I've been doing some math and some research, and it says even, okay, so I started to test this out. So Mercy does, every 5 healing she does, she gets 4 points. Now if you do the math and then you calculate with the ultimate charge points, if you do 27 seconds of non-stop healing, you'll have your ult ready from going 0% to 100%. And also with Mercy's damage buff for 30%, stuff like Junkrat's grenade and stuff like that will give you somewhere around 6 or 7% per grenade, since the grenade does around 150 damage, 156, something like that. And it gives you about 7% charge every time you land a shot when you do have the damage buff on. And Mercy's damage buff actually has a unique ability. Now people think that, oh, you damage buff this person, they shoot, and then stuff like that. And then some people sometimes buff Hanzo when he launches his ult, and then starts to heal him after he launches his ult, thinking that they damage buff the arrow. Well, Mercy's damage buff actually works whenever someone gets damaged by their target's damage. So, for instance, Junkrat launches a grenade while Mercy is healing him. Mercy damage boosts Junkrat, and then Junkrat's grenade hits a person. That grenade, even though Mercy did not have the damage buff on him when he launched it, when it hit the enemy, and if Mercy has damage buff on the Junkrat, it is going to do 156 damage and not the standard 120. So when you're having Hanzo ults and when you're having Genji ults, well, mostly Hanzo ults, if you really want to buff the dragons, then you have to keep the damage buff on Hanzo. Not heal him, you have to actually damage buff the Hanzo during the ult while the dragons are flying through. Or else if you just keep healing him or you switch to another target, it's gonna do the same amount of damage as it was gonna be. Now sometimes, yes, we all know, people flank Mercy and people try to kill Mercy because Mercy, well, she's a really good single target healer. Now, the thing is that Mercy actually has some pretty good stats with her pistol. She can also like push back people and deny people from just like coming up on her and just completely ruining her day. Mercy's pistol does enough damage, and also when you shoot with Mercy's pistol, you get around 20 points per shot. The aspect ratio of points to damage is 19.5 over 20. So basically every 20 damage you do, so just one shot, it gives you 19.5 points. Now, if you guys are wondering the passive ult regeneration for Mercy in particular, so Mercy has a passive regeneration. So every 2.6 seconds, she regenerates. She comes up with 1% in her ult. So if you do not play Mercy and you just wander around the map and not shoot anything or melee anything, it will take 4 minutes and 18 seconds approximately to get your ult. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. So if you guys like this video, please drop a like down below. If you have any more suggestions or comments or anything you want to see about the Mercy 101 gameplay, then leave a comment down below. But if you guys haven't already, please subscribe for more Overwatch content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.
You're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get 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 to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.